Go ahead.
In this video, I'm going to go over solving systems by elimination. So the first thing that you have to figure out is, do your x's or your y's have the same number with opposite signs? So your x's here, you have a 2 and a 3, so the numbers aren't the same. So then you look at your y's. There's no number in front of your y, so you know that you need to put 1s in front of both of those. And then you look, and the first one is positive and the second one's negative, so they both have opposite signs. Once you have the same number with opposite signs, now you can add the equations. And you're going to add vertically. So 2x plus 3x gives you 5x. Positive 1 plus negative 1 will give you 0, but 0 times y will just cancel out. So I'm just going to cross those out. Bring down your equal sign, and then 9 plus 16 gives you 25. So the purpose is one of your variables needs to disappear in order to solve the equation. If you have two variables, then you can't go any further. So from here now I can solve for x. So you draw your line, and you can read it as x times 5. And you want to work backwards. So the opposite of times is divide by 5. So I divide this side by 5, divide this side by 5. 5 divided by 5 cancels, or gives you 1. X equals 25 divided by 5 will give you 5. So now you have found that x equals 5. However, if you remember the system, the solution to a system is a point, so you need an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. So now, just like we did in substitution, we're going to substitute into either of the original equations. It doesn't matter which one. I will just use the top one for now. So I have 2x plus 1y equals 9. And then my x from here, x equals 5, I can replace this and put it in for x here. So then I get 2 parentheses 5 plus 1y equals 9. And then you're going to simplify and solve for y. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1y equals 9. And then you can write it out. So y times 1 plus 10. And then it's just a two-step equation, so you work backwards. So the opposite of plus, so you subtract 10. Minus 10 on both sides. These cancel. You get 1y equals negative 1. The opposite of times. So you divide by 1. And again, you don't have to have the 1 in front of the y when you go back to substitute in, but some people like to have it there just as a reminder. But if you divide by 1, it's not going to change anything. So it just equals y equals negative 1. So now you have both your x and your y coordinate, but you're not finished. So remember, you have to put it into a solution. So the last thing that you will write so the solution is 5, negative 1. And remember, it's not in the order that you solve it. So it's not always x and then always you may not always solve for x first. So remember, if you solve for y first and then x, it always stays x, y in your final solution. And so that's your final answer.
Got it?
Yep, did you stop it?
Yep.